Rico, Abreu, and Dason Pursley in row 1. Aaron Reutzel, Corey Day in row 2. Parker Price Miller, Lynch, Justin Peck and Brad Sweet, Ashton Torgerson, and Cale Thomas. Lawrenceburg Speedway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing up at turn number 4. We are green. Rolling into turn number 1, Rico Abreu has the lead, and quickly to the 3rd spot goes Corey Day. Makes his way around the outside of Aaron Reutzel. Reutzel being challenged down low by Parker Price Miller. Up front, though, Rico will lead lap number 1 over Dason Pursley and Corey Day. Lynch around the outside. He'll make his way up to 5th. Getting by Parker Price Miller. Looks at Aaron Reutzel. Can't complete the slider there. 4 wide back in the field. Tanner Thorson, Brady Bacon, Chase Randall, and Ashton Torgerson going at it right outside the top 10. Up front, it is Rico with the lead. You can already see Corey Day is using that line we talked about before the green flag, Tyler.
Yeah, and he's going to keep trying to do it. I don't know if it might get a little too dirty up there for him, but he's going to give it a valiant effort.
He certainly is. He's closing in on Dason Pursley. They race for that 2nd position. Corey Day, a lane above the cushion into turn number 1. The one-man show out there on the racetrack is that number 14, and Rico is already closing in on the back of the field on the same straightaway as the lap cars after just 4 laps of action. Traffic could be a huge factor in the win here tonight, Tyler.
It's going to be a huge factor. It seems to be that way almost every race now. And it's just a matter of the leader to get through there as good as he can. But it's tough. Guys are changing lanes in front of Rico here, and we'll have to see what he does.
First couple lap cars are down on the bottom. Rico makes it by the 19P of TJ Michael. Dason Pursley trying to close in on the Rico Abreu Curb Agagini Racing number 24. The last time by, Dason Pursley took 4/10 out of the lead. Now makes a mistake in turn number 1. Gets the car bottled up. Makes his way to the outside of the first lap car, TJ Michael. The 14 of Corey Day. 3 car lengths behind him in his hip pocket. Then it's the 87 of Aaron Reutzel. A good race going on for 5th. Parker Price Miller back around the outside. Move PPM back to the top 5. Getting by the 42 of Lynch. There goes Justin Peck underneath the Brad Sweet. Those two racing for the 6th position. Make that the 7th spot down the front straightaway as Pursley continues to eat into the race lead of Rico Abreu. Abreu tight on the cushion in turn 1. Makes a mistake, Tyler.
Turn 1's getting tricky. It's got a big lip that keeps getting bigger, and you're seeing multiple guys trip over it.
And here comes Corey Day and Dason Pursley closing in on your race leader. Dason Pursley underneath of Danny Sams makes the move on the slower car. Now no lap cars between your 1st and 2nd place machines. Big run out of Corey Day. Has nowhere to go with it as Pursley was side by side with the lap car of Danny Sams. Back behind, you've got Aaron Reutzel trying to close in and join in on the fun. Abreu with a big move to get by Sterling Kling. That's going to hold up the progress on that number 24 car. Dason Pursley keeping him close. Abreu enters in on the middle as Pursley gets to the cushion on the entry to turn number 3. Dason Pursley now trying to get by the 34 of Sterling Kling. He's only 5 car lengths behind Rico Abreu for the race lead. Corey Day is searching around, Tyler, trying to find out which is working best for that 14 car right now.
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out any way to be out of Dason's air here. It's tough once you get this close. You get to a little bit of dirty air. Wow, really close to the fence there for Corey, but gets a huge run down the bottom of the 2.
Holy cow, Corey Day had to be going 15 mile an hour faster than the rest of the field. Car off the pace, caution's going to come out. Cale Thomas flat right rear.
Yeah, that's going to negate Corey's pass there on Dason down the backstretch.
I mean, you have to imagine that Corey Day was doing 10, 15 mile an hour faster down the straightaway right there when he almost hit the wall down there.
Once we got going green here, it was getting pretty dusty, so I know it gets tricky to see there into 1. And I don't even know if he knows how close he was to the wall there, but it seemed really close from here.
It looked like it from up here in the press box, no doubt about that, as you see Cale Thomas on your screen with a flat right rear tire on the Reutzel Excavating number 49X. That car was the owner's champion this year with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. And that owner's title came with a $20,000 check at the end of the season. And we're going to see a replay here, Tyler, a Compcam's replay of that move from Corey Day right here. Oof.
Gosh, dang, that's so close. But he knew that was his chance. He saw Dason go to the bottom. He knew this was his chance to. Obviously, he made laps around the top, so he wanted to. He knew he was comfortable up there. I don't think he planned to get that high, but he ran it off in there, and he knew that was his chance to get around Dason and start chasing after Rico.
I'm going to go sprint car racing. It's good to see him expanding his program. He's out on the road here at the end of 2025, and Weaver's been a great addition to some of our regional fields here at the end of 2025. Watch for him to continue to grow that program at Eldora this coming weekend.
And he's been having a ton of fun with High Limit the last couple of weeks, as there is the Frozen Farmer Pig Pint drivers going inside or outside of that Pig Pint to determine which lane they will start in.
you see Rico chose the top here. Obviously, he gets to control the pace here to come back to the green. He knows getting a run down this hill off the banking is going to be huge.
Coming back to the green flag. Still have a long ways to go in this one. 19 remaining as Corey Day gets a good starter on the outside. He's going to try and make his way by Dason Pursley. 3 wide for a moment for third as Corey Day goes by Pursley into the second spot. Aaron Reutzel sees an opening. He'll throw a big haymaker at the 13 to Pursley. Takes the third spot away. Pursley back to the inside. He'll reclaim that spot into turn number 1. Parker Price Miller underneath the Reutzel, as is Brad Sweet. Reutzel gets slid by 2 cars in one corner. Gets both of them back at the end of the back straightaway.
And he's trying to keep pace with Rico here because that's his championship competitor, so every spot here is going to be huge.
Reutzel 19 points behind Abreu heading into this main event, and Brad Sweet, who just went by Parker Price Miller into the top 5, he came in 25 back. Parker Price Miller gets back by Brad Sweet. Now Sweet with a short slider into turn number 3, right across the nose of Parker Price Miller. Brad Sweet has 5th, now shuts the door in turn number 1. PPM goes down there anyways. He takes it back, and here comes Peck out of nowhere.
Some great racing, just like we figured there would be here at Lawrenceburg.
Justin Peck, big move to get by 2 cars in one straightaway / corner, and Justin Peck is now into the top 5. Justin Peck to 5th as Parker Price Miller once again throws a slider at Brad Sweet.
And Justin's doing the Corey Day line down here in 1 and 2, getting up above that lip.
And here comes Corey Day into the rear pocket of Rico Abreu as Abreu has gotten to the tail end of the field. Gets by TJ Michael. Now working on the 78 of Justin Clark. And the top 3 are getting very, very close off of turn number 4. Things are about to get interesting in Lawrenceburg. Rico goes to the top. Corey Day goes up even higher than Abreu. Gets a run down the back straightaway. Takes the lead. Corey Day to the top spot into turn number 3. Corey Day takes the lead. Abreu back to the inside. Slides him right back at turn 4. Corey Day, he'll lead at the line. 19 laps complete. 11 to go, and Payday now shows the way at Lawrenceburg. Abreu back to 2nd, Dason Pursley in 3rd, Aaron Reutzel 4th, and Justin Peck is in 5th. But don't count Rico out of this one quite yet, Tyler.
Now Rico's going to get up on the wheel now here. He does not want to lose a race in the closing stages 2 weeks in a row.
No doubt about that as Corey Day splits between the 7BC of Gio Scelzi and the 34 of Sterling Kling, but he's got more problems to deal with Cale Thomas, Cy Lynch, and Burnham Crouch just up ahead of him. Keep an eye on Day as he's got to get through the traffic here. Makes a mistake in turn number 1, picks up the front wheels. He closes in on Cale Thomas down the backstretch. He'll throw a slider on the slower car. Now 3 lap cars between Day, Abreu, and then Pursley back there in that 3rd position. Here comes Justin Peck down the front straightaway. Peck's trying to size up the 87 of Aaron Reutzel. Reutzel will go to the middle, tries to get by a slower car, doesn't work out, and Peck is going to pull up next to him down the back straightaway. Justin Peck is now up to 4th. He'll slide in front of Aaron Reutzel. Peck now trips over the cushion but maintains that spot down the front straightaway.
We got one upside down here in 1.
Cannot tell who that is.
Sterling Kling.
Yes.
He just tipped over. Wasn't really a flip.
Sterling Kling upside down. Red flag conditions on lap number 23 of the feature here at Lawrenceburg. Sterling Kling, the driver from Tempe, Arizona, getting upside down there in turn number 1. Was running in the 18th position at the time. Seen Sterling Kling several times this year with Highland Racing. His best finish with the series, a 14th place result at the Tri-City Speedway in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. Sterling Kling does have a local non-wing win here in the past in his career at Lawrenceburg. That came 2 years ago, and there may be an issue on your race leader, Corey Day. I'm being radioed by Tony Laporte in the infield. The brakes could have a flame coming off them back there. Tyler, is that something that you would think could happen here?
It definitely could, especially the line that he's running. He's probably using a lot of brake and not lifting off the throttle a lot. So and they told us Sterling Kling got out of the car, so give a round of applause for him. But yeah, the brakes, when you're on them that hard, they definitely throw sparks. And let's say a little bit of fuel leaks down off the tank onto the rotor, that can definitely create a flame.
Well, that looked like they had a fire extinguisher down there on the Jason Myers Racing 14. As yes, Sterling Kling has exited the race car down there in turn 1. We saw him walking around on the FloRacing drone, so good news there from turn 1 as they will get that car up on the hook as Rico parked right next to Corey Day. And we see Kubota Highland Racing officials on the scene down there. You can see they're putting some stuff on the track, Tyler, that they're trying to clean up that was potentially leaking down there or something on the car. You'll see here on the FloRacing drone. And so Corey Day, we'll keep a close eye on him when we go back to green flag conditions.
I can tell you he's going to stay out there until they tell him that he can't. So he looked really good. He nailed the move there in 1 and 2. He went up top and drove down the hill and got by Rico, squeezed between Rico and a lap car.
Yeah, it was exciting. Sounds like Tony Laporta now standing by with the driver that was involved in turn 1, Sterling Kling.
Sterling up and out of the race car. They're hooking this thing up and taking it back in. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's probably just a lap car in the way there. Have to go back and really see what happened, but I think they were just racing at the front, and I was probably in the way for them, so I'm not mad at anyone, just what happens.
How treacherous is turn 1 getting right here? It looks wild for a bunch of drivers.
Yeah, it's definitely wide now. It's got character to it. It's not really what bit us, but yeah, it's got some character to it.
Thank you, Tony. Yes, and we are hearing, Tony, not to discredit what you just mentioned there, but we are hearing a flat right rear tire on the 5 of Brenham Crouch, who was running in the 12th position right now. And it did look a little low, as we saw before the high limit side-by-side pulled up next to him. Well, yeah, Tony mentioned the Lawrenceburg Speedway safety crew, one of, if not the best, as far as a track crew that is at one track every single weekend. They are incredible at what they do here at Lawrenceburg, and we appreciate what they're doing. And Tyler, looks like, no doubt about it, Brenham Crouch going to have to go to the work area to get that fixed.
Yeah, and I think the one thing he's got benefiting him here is that it was red, because he's not going to get work area time because we're past halfway. But getting everybody lined back up is going to take a little bit of time, so it should give him and his team enough time to get that thing back out there.
Yeah, they're going to start moving their way to the work area for Brenham Crouch. Looks like there could be some wing damage there. Right side panel damage on Corey Day's car.
And a flat left rear. Wow.
Corey Day has a flat left rear tire. And not sure how that happened. That's 2 different sides of the race car. The left rear tire's flat. The right side wing panel is damaged.
You heard Sterling talk about, leaders, how he felt he might have been in the way there or something. So maybe we must have missed it. Maybe Corey was the one that made contact with him to send him upside down. So be interesting to see what he does. I don't think I have seen Dason really get up above that. So be interesting if to just see what these guys decide to do here at the end of the race.
Of course, we mentioned it a few times tonight. It is Justin Peck's 27th birthday here tonight. Would be a pretty good birthday present, 12 grand. And knowing him, he might head across the street after tonight. You know what I mean?
Go from the high level room here at the racetrack to the high level room at the casino.
Exactly. As there's Corey Day. They're making repairs, no guaranteed time, but we still need to get the lineup sorted out. And it sounds like now a flat right rear tire on Tanner Thorson's number 88 car. The current midweek series point leader was going to restart this race 8th, and he has a flat right rear. So Tanner Thorson's headed back to the work area here soon.
So I don't know if that means maybe something's out on the racetrack or what have you.
Thorson does not pull off the track, so Thorson stays out there. Corey Day has made the repairs. As we mentioned, no guaranteed time, but we still need to get the lineup sorted out before we can go back green. And there is Tanner Thorson, and certainly the PSIs are low on the JST Motorsports 88, Tony.
Well, Chase, you've got plenty of hot air. Maybe you could loan some to the right rear Hoosier tire of Tanner Thorson. Tyler, I got a question for you. Is Tanner trying to build pressure back up in that tire by sweeping back and forth in hopes that they can get the air to come back up and even if just partially inflate that? No, I guess not.
Yeah, he was trying.
If that was
to answer that question, yes, he was trying. Swerving back and forth. You don't really get to spin your tires up here under yellow. Just it's a rule that we have here at high limit. Now, if he could have made it a little bit longer off the rim and to where we catch the pace car again, then he maybe could have had a chance to spin it up and get it off the rim. But it turned out it didn't get to do
what
that.
I'm more concerned about, Tony, was he wasted a lap or two there trying to do that. He may not make it back out in time.
I just wonder, Tyler, with that rule of not being able to spin the rear tires, obviously a safety mechanism for the track officials and the folks at high limit, that's usually going to be your best bet to get that tire back. The swerving's kind of like a last-ditch effort, probably, to put air back in that thing.
Yeah, just trying to do anything, and he probably didn't really know how low it was just yet. So honestly, he's probably trying to feel it out to see if, even if he was able to get a little bit of air back into it, if it was going to be safe or not. So he obviously must have determined, or if Mike may have told him that he couldn't let him restart like that.
So here is a look at the top 10 when we go back green. Rico, Abreu, is the leader. Dason Pursley is in second. Justin Peck is in third. Aaron Reutzel fourth. Brad Sweet fifth. Parker Price Miller sixth. Chase Randall seventh. Eighth will be Brent Marks. Ninth, Brady Bacon. And 10th looks like it should be Ashton Torgerson, due to the issues of Crouch, Thorson, and of course Corey Day.
That's kind of wild. He lapped enough cars where he's going to restart 11th here.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, so Corey Day is going to restart this race 11th. He lapped several cars, including Crouch, Lynch, Scelzi, Henry, Myers, Sams, Clark, and Michael. And so that means that Tanner Thorson will start right behind him in the 12th position for the upcoming restart. 7 laps to go. We're going to green next time by. It's Rico Abreu looking for his 10th win of the year. And depending on how things work out here, he could, in one fell swoop, win his 10th race and maybe, just maybe, take the Midweek Series point lead heading into the final race at Lucas Oil Speedway in just a few weeks.
And pad his overall points.
Correct. Coming back to green, the lights are out. Back underway at Lawrenceburg. Rico's on the throttle. Dason Pursley not wasting any time. Makes a big move to the inside. Takes the race lead away up the racetrack. Rico back to the inside. Crosses him up. Takes the spot back away. Rico back to the top spot. Here comes Justin Peck. Big move for second. Right across the nose of Dason Pursley. Pursley crosses him up, but Peck's going to try and make another move happen down here into turn number 1. Runs the middle. Pursley around the outside. He's still got second. And here comes Reutzel. Big move out of him. A big run that is for the 87. He'll dip down low into turn number 3. Reutzel's got third away from Justin Peck and across the start-finish line. Up front, Rico Abreu, 5 laps to go. Not sure if traffic will play a factor at the end of this thing here, Tyler.
I'm not sure it is either, but you see everybody here in 1 and 2 now. Almost everybody's up above that lip, so Rico kind of took that out of play for everybody else, and I think it might work out for him. But Dason is closing in on him.
Dason Pursley was 2/10 faster than Rico Abreu that last time by, and his car is stuck through turns 1 and 2. We'll see if Dason can mount a charge here late in this race. Rico, a little mistake into turn 1. Dason Pursley does the same thing. That last time by, they were separated by 0.6 of a second, and Dason Pursley's in the back pocket of Rico Abreu. Car makes a mistake right in front of him. Down the front stretch, Danny Sam's off the pace, and Dason Pursley's right there into turn number 1. Rico Abreu, a little mistake once again in that first corner. Dason Pursley down the back straightaway. Can he make something happen? This time by will be the wave of the white flag. 1 lap to go at Lawrenceburg Speedway. And Dason Pursley is not too far behind. Coming into turns 1 and 2, Pursley gets over the cushion. Has a run down the back straightaway. Needs to make a move right here. Rico goes to the middle. Pursley to the bottom. Might be a drag race to the line. Off of turn number 4. Abreu with the Reutzel. A photo finish at the line.
Wow.
Reutzel comes from out of nowhere to finish second by 0.02 of a second.
That was wow. I didn't even see him until he was right here in front of us.
From out of nowhere.
They both went down to the bottom, and he railed the top of 3 and 4.
0.02 of a second. Maybe one of the closest finishes in the history of Kubota high limit racing, but Rico gets the win. Reutzel second, Pursley third, Peck fourth, and Brad Sweet in 5th. Corey Day climbs back to 6th, Parker Price Miller 7th, Chase Randall 8th, Brady Bacon 9th, and Tanner Thorson finishes inside the top 10. Started off the day with one of the biggest announcements in the last 10 or 15 years in sprint car racing, and he will end the day in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. Make some noise for your winner, Rico Abreu. Climbs off the top of the Swan Island sheet metal number 24. And he will extend his points lead heading into Friday night at the Double Down, or make that at the Four Crown Nationals at Eldora Speedway, with his closest championship rival right on his heels at the finish line, Aaron Reutzel. This is gonna be interesting down to the wire at the Bikini Zone All-In Championship finale at Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track in October. These two, along with Brad Sweet, are going to duke it out all the way down to the finish. Rico's got the Hoosier Tire neckband, of course the Kubota Highland Racing Victory Lane hat, and he will get the Sunoco Racefuels checkered flag later on as well. Let's send it down to Tony Laporta.
Rico Abreu visits Whiskey Myers Victory Lane in the Whiskey Myers suit. Once again, you're sweating, you're out of breath. What was that one like tonight at the Burg?
Yeah, no, that was demanding. I first want to apologize to 34 Sterling. I just, it just gets tight. He's running a big arc off the exits, and it's just time, it's just difficult to judge the depth on some of these cars, and I just got right over his left front when he was getting ready to turn into the corner. Just a misjudgment on my end, and then, that sucks for the 14 to get a flat there. It would have been nice to kind of race him out there at the end of the race, and it's just, my car was, I was doing all I could to just hold on to it in 1 and 2, and just to be able to keep everything squeezed and packed in the bars. They wanted to just lay in the right rear really hard, and these guys, Brady and Zach and Ricky, an incredible achievement for them to get their 10th high limit win this season, our 17th overall. I just saw all our partners on board. Royal Jones, just thank you so much for helping me do all this. Pacific Boring back from California, Jim Watson, Arc Zone, Rich Stadelhofer, my family. Whiskey Myers to get their suit in victory lane again is pretty incredible. Whiskey Myers victory lane. And thank you to all of our partners, just for allowing us, me and my crew guys, to just continue to follow our dreams. And it's, I just got a bunch of passionate guys working on this race car, and I'm very fortunate to be with some hardworking people.
Yesterday, you're on Smokes PJ, heading down to Charlotte to sit down with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart to break the news that you're going racing for Tony Stewart Racing next year. They're coming to high limit. The season's still got some racing left in it. But what does the future hold for you, the driver, and your operation?
Yeah, just continue to present this beautiful race team to all you race fans that come out and support us. And I just, as I've gotten older, I've realized and just how important all you guys are to be at the race and have these incredible experiences here watching this exciting racing that High Limit Racing produces. There's different winners every weekend. There's a points battle that's incredibly tight right now, and the intensity's high in the pit area, and it's just really cool to be a part of, and it's just an amazing announcement today for me to get the opportunity to go race for a great friend of mine, Tony Stewart. We're bringing Ricky Warner and my team to, Ricky back to Tony Stewart Racing, and Zach and Brady. Just I'm excited for them to just experience, continuing to work at a high level, and Ricky is, he brings that energy to our team, that competitiveness, and keeps us really, really hungry all the time to continue to win, and his stats definitely show that.
I want to ask you about your donation here in a second, but I'm going to squeak in a rare third question. You are 10 times a winner now with Kubota High Limit Racing. You extend your owner's championship point lead for that oh-so-valuable franchise here in 2025. Last year you came up short. Can this team win the High Limit Championship this year?
We just, these guys got to execute. I got to do my job when I get on the track and just process things and slow everything down when I'm racing. And when the battles get intense, you just got to continue to think things through. And lap traffic tonight, you can easily put yourself just like that in difficult positions where you risk wrecking yourself or getting into another car. And the 14 was setting a touring pace there in traffic, and I just I misjudged a couple slide jobs and let these guys catch up to me, and it was such a demanding racetrack, and you just got to continue to slow things down. And these guys have done an amazing job all year just preparing this race car, making sure every nut and bolt is checked, and that's all we can do is just show up and give it our best. And these things play out how they're going to play out. And my ultimate goal in the beginning of the year was continue to win races. I wanted to win. I set a crazy goal of my career to win 25 races this year, and I know my team is capable of it, and I put that pressure on myself, and I love just absorbing that pressure and just keeping the intensity high in my pit area. And these guys are very, very hungry, and I'm very I praise them because they work extremely hard on my race car.
Gus is here to celebrate with you. Tonight, our angel donor with Kubota High Limit Racing has made this a double-down race. So with your feature victory here tonight, you get to send $2,000 to a charity of your choice thanks to the series' angel donor. So with your win, where's that $2,000 going tonight?
I'm going to send that $2,000 to Jackson's Superhero Foundation, a foundation that helps other families with muscular dystrophy. If they need wheelchairs, hallway access, wheelchair access into their vehicles. And then I know Jackson, and he's coming to Eldora next weekend, and I really hope we can get him into victory lane. And so I'm going to match that $2,000 and make that $4,000 to the foundation. And I know I have some incredible partners that are going to match that donation with me and possibly get this thing up to $10,000 tonight.
Double digits here in 2025. Congrats.
Thank you, guys.
That's Rico Abreu. He's going to get the Chasm Safety Systems win box. He's got a golden ticket in there. He now has 10 of those golden tickets that can go towards picking up a Chasm Safety System seat system here in 2025. A great product that lots of drivers and teams put in their race car. Abreu's your winner. Let's go back upstairs for tonight's contingency awards.
Well, Tony, before we get to that, we want to see a replay of the finish here between Rico Abreu, Dason Pursley, and Aaron Reutzel. The top three separated by 0.3 of a second, and Reutzel and Abreu separated by 26 1/1000ths. Look how far behind Reutzel is. That is unbelievable.
And it's just the fact.
Can we watch that one more time? One more time. That is unbelievable. If the start-finish line is 50 feet farther down, he would have won.
Reutzel wins, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
It's just the fact that so you see Rico. Oh, once we get to there, I'll point it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Rico decides to go to the middle here and slide across. Dason tries to go even lower, so they're just hanging themselves. Aaron is plugged with his right rear in the good stuff all the way around the top. Gets a huge momentum run off the top here and damn near gets to Rico there at the line.
Wow, absolutely spectacular stuff. We'll have to check with Brian Walker on what if that's the second or the third closest finish in High Limit history later on. But your contingency award winners tonight, Dason Pursley with a third place run. He's the Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Race. The Jace Golf Carts Fastest Lap Award, it went to the guy on your screen now, Rico Abreu, lap number 2, a 12.778 second lap time. And then the Ronin Supply Hard Charger, it was a tie between Tanner Thorson and Brent Marks, but Thorson finished ahead of Marks for +7. He ended up 17th to 10th to grab that award. Let's go back downstairs with our second place finisher. So close to a win tonight, Aaron Reutzel.
He was so close. He had Chase Rodman called it a Harry Houdini move. I don't even know who that is. Coming out of turn number 4. You get shot out of a cannon. What went into that? What was your point of view going into 3 and 4? Did you know you'd get that run?
I mean, I seen them both, I don't know, Rico was protecting the last lap and Pursley still kind of going for it. So, I mean, I had nothing to lose but to, try to get the big run on top. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was a few more laps, as a lot of people say. But, yeah, we were good in traffic and could move around. And that's why I kind of wish there was a little bit more traffic. But, all in all, our car came to life at the end. And we just kind of didn't have the track position. And I had to work my way back up to him. So, but all in all, yeah, like I said, at the end it was good. It was nice to be up front and racing with professionals. It's funny, like you race all these guys, all the top 6, 7, 8 points, and you can slide them, and they all know when to pick and choose, and when to go around your right rear, and when not to go around your right rear, and you race with clowns like the 42, and he don't know which way he's going, so that's why shit like that happens to him. But all in all, great night for our team. Power Plus, Fulton Brothers Trucking, Triple X Chassis, Ryder Racing Engines, Don Long, Rasmussen's, Bryant Paver, Kaiser Wheels, Elite Wings, Sure Built Suspension. It's a team effort. It felt really good to be fast at the end of the race and contending for a win.
How's the foot feel?
That one kicked my ass.
All right, that's Aaron Reutzel with plenty of thoughts after an A-main event here at Lawrenceburg Speedway. And he wanted the post-race to go a little bit quicker, but he didn't know we were showing so many replays of a truly impressive move. Dason Pursley's out here walking around. Let's bask in the light of the Ford Performance big screen so we can see the side of this beautiful number 13 Buick Motorsports entry. I got a heavy question here for you, but I think you can handle it. Third, first, and third here tonight against some of the best and fastest teams in 410 wing sprint car racing. What kind of wing sprint car driver are you becoming?
Hopefully a good one. I think I'll let all the fans judge what kind of sprint car racer I'm becoming for sure. But no, it's just super fun to start building the consistency, and our package is just getting more and more fast as Sean and the gang keeps on working on it. So makes my job a lot easier when we're good at qualifying, and then I feel like I'm doing a better job managing the race as well too. So felt like I was chasing down Rico a couple of times and just honestly didn't know how to pass him once we got to lap traffic and stuff. The lap cars were kind of tricky, and so is the track. And Unfortunate for Corey and them there after, they had that flat left rear with the fire. And, I really wanted to race all those guys and compete for a win. But the last restart, I really didn't know, what to do or kind of how to approach it. And, I felt like that was my best opportunity unless someone else was going to slide me. So I tried to send it across, and, Rico just able to turn down underneath me so easy. And then, just tried to play catch up from there.
They say red is a power color. Is yellow becoming a power color thanks to you?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so at least. But no, this thing looks like a window wagon, we call it. So it's got all the windows on it and everything. Pella windows and doors, Avani windows and doors. Big spring car wash, genuine concrete. Everyone that's part of this deal that makes it go around is, giving me the opportunity to come out here and showcase my talent. I'm forever thankful for that.
Pella windows are clear enough we can see your bright future. Good job tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That's Dason Pursley. He's always fun to talk to and catch up with after a night of racing, no matter how it goes. And this weekend, or rather, it's Wednesday night. It's not even a weekend. Look at that great shot of Lawrenceburg Speedway. It's lit up bright like a diamond. Rihanna once said that. A very exciting way to wrap things up here at Lawrenceburg Speedway.